Sad reality walks barefoot on broken roads, carrying truths no one wants to hold. It knocks softly on every heart, yet most doors pretend to sleep. Morning rises, but hope limps behind, dragging yesterday like a stubborn shadow. Smiles are stitched with borrowed thread, hiding the rip beneath the chest. The world teaches us how to greet, but forgets to teach us how to feel. Words are spoken like empty coins, making noise, holding no value. People ask, "How are you?" and walk away before the answer breathes. Pain learns to whisper politely, so it doesn't disturb the comfort of others. Dreams grow in crowded rooms, yet die from lack of air. Promises hang like fragile glass, shattering at the smallest truth. Love is advertised in loud colors, but delivered in faded shades. Hands once held tightly, now search for excuses to let go. Sad reality sits beside laughter, uninvited, unseen, unavoidable. It watches friendships change seasons, from warmth to cold without warning. Parents age silently, carrying sacrifices like hidden scars. Children grow fast, learning disappointment before spelling hope. Faith bends under unanswered prayers, yet refuses to completely break. Tears fall in private places where even mirrors look away. The night listens better than people, absorbing confessions without judgment. Stars shine, indifferent and distant, while hearts struggle to stay lit. We chase success like a mirage, thirsty even while running. When it's reached, it asks for more, leaving fulfillment forever postponed. Loneliness exists even in crowds, especially in crowds. Voices overlap, souls remain unheard, each person fighting a quiet war. Sad reality teaches patience through pain and strength through repeated loss. It shapes character with sharp edges, then asks us to smile about it. Time moves forward without mercy, taking people, moments, innocence. Memories become both comfort and curse, depending on the night. Trust breaks easily, like thin ice beneath warm words. Once cracked, it never feels the same even when frozen again. Hope survives in small places, in kind eyes and honest silence. It flickers, fragile but stubborn, refusing to be completely erased. Sad reality does not mean no beauty. It means beauty with bruises. It means loving despite knowing loss, and waking up despite heavy nights. Life continues, quietly demanding courage from hearts already tired. And still we walk forward, hand in hand with sad reality, learning to live, even when it hurts. Sad reality teaches silence before speech, because words often return wounded. It shows how honesty becomes expensive, and lies are sold at a discount. People clap for success, but whisper about struggle. They love the finish line glow, not the bleeding feet that reached it. Souls learn to wear armor, calling it maturity. Soft hearts harden slowly, not by choice, but by survival. Memories visit without permission, late at night, unannounced. They sit beside the bed, asking questions with no answers. We miss people who are still alive, just emotionally distant. Conversations turn formal, love turns into habit. Sad reality shows how time changes faces, and even more, intentions. The same promise said twice can mean two different things. We forgive not because it's easy, but because holding pain is heavier. Still, forgiveness remembers, even when it pretends not to. Happiness becomes a rare guest, staying shorter each visit. When it leaves, sad reality cleans up the silence. Some battles are never spoken aloud, fought behind normal routines. People go to work broken, return home pretending they are fine. Eyes learn to smile faster than hearts. Practice makes them believable. Inside, storms keep forming. Outside, calm is maintained. Sad reality reminds us that not everyone who stays cares, and not everyone who leaves hates. Some departures are acts of mercy. Dreams adjust their size, shrinking to fit disappointment. Ambition learns to compromise, calling it realism. Life does not always break loudly. Sometimes it cracks softly. So softly that no one notices, except the one breaking. Sad reality is waking up tired, without knowing why. It is missing something unnamed, something that never returns. Yet still, people love, still they hope quietly. Because even in sad reality, the heart refuses to fully surrender. And so the story continues, unfinished, unhealed, walking forward slowly, with sad reality beside us, not as an enemy, but as a truth we learn to live with. Sad reality teaches us the weight of days, how mornings can feel heavier than nights. Alarm clocks ring like unwanted reminders that rest is a luxury, not a right. People grow distant without leaving, standing near but worlds apart. Conversations lose their warmth, replaced by necessary words only. We learn that effort does not guarantee return, that love can be one-sided and silent. Hands reach out and find air, echoing with unanswered intentions. Sad reality shows how trust fractures slowly, not in one loud moment, but through repeated small disappointments, each one barely noticed. The heart keeps a careful record, even when the mind tries to forget. Every letdown adds a line. Every betrayal deepens the ink. Some people stay only for convenience, not for connection. They enjoy the shelter of your presence, but never help build the home. Sad reality sits in family gatherings, where laughter hides old wounds. Unspoken words crowd the room, heavier than spoken ones. We inherit pain we didn't cause, expectations we didn't choose. Generations pass down silence, calling it tradition. Time becomes a thief in slow motion, stealing youth while we're distracted. We promise to live later, not realizing later is already leaving. Sad reality is realizing that closure rarely arrives. Most endings remain open, bleeding quietly in memory. We outgrow people and sometimes ourselves. The mirror becomes unfamiliar, asking who we have become. Strength is often mistaken for numbness and survival for success. People praise resilience, never asking what it cost. Sad reality teaches that healing is not linear, that some wounds reopen politely. They return on anniversaries, on songs, on familiar scents. Even hope gets tired, but it refuses to disappear. It rests in small victories, in getting through another day. Sad reality is not always cruel. Sometimes it is honest. It strips illusions gently and leaves us with what's real. So we learn to live truthfully, even if truth aches. Walking slower, feeling deeper, accepting sad reality as a companion on the road, not to love, but to understand. Sad reality lives in unfinished sentences, in words swallowed to keep peace. It watches apologies arrive late, after damage has already settled in. People change when they feel secure, showing faces once hidden. Some truths appear only after trust, turning safety into regret. Sad reality teaches that effort is invisible until it stops. Only then do people notice what was holding everything together. We learn how easily we are replaced, how quickly routines forget us. Chairs stay warm after we leave. Life never pauses long. Sad reality is loving deeply, knowing loss is guaranteed. It is choosing attachment in a world that practices departure. We carry conversations we never had, answers we will never receive. They echo softly in the mind, especially when sleep avoids us. Some nights feel longer than they should, heavy with unnamed thoughts. The ceiling becomes a witness, the darkness a quiet friend. Sad reality shows how pride blocks healing, how ego delays peace. People choose being right over being kind. We wait for understanding, but receive judgment instead. Our pain becomes entertainment, a topic for careless discussion. Sad reality teaches solitude, even when surrounded by love, because no one can feel exactly what you feel. Promises fade with convenience, commitment bends under pressure. Only a few stay constant and they become priceless. Sad reality lives in aging dreams, still breathing, but slower now. They don't die suddenly, they just stop asking to be chased. We learn to settle, calling it wisdom. Sometimes it is quiet surrender. Sad reality is realizing you did your best, and it still wasn't enough for the wrong people. Yet growth happens quietly, through tears and tired steps. Pain teaches lessons no comfort ever could. Sad reality does not ask permission, it simply arrives. And still we survive it, day by day, learning not how to escape life, but how to stand inside it, even when it hurts. Sad reality waits at crossroads, where choices cost pieces of the heart. Every direction promises something, yet takes something in return. We learn that silence can be louder than screams, especially when answers never come. Questions grow tired of asking, and finally learn to sleep. Sad reality is being needed only when useful, remembered only when convenient. Affection becomes seasonal, loyalty becomes rare. People promise forever with ease, as if time were obedient. But time listens to no one, it only moves forward. Sad reality shows how kindness is mistaken for weakness, and patience for permission. Gentle souls are tested the most, until they learn to protect themselves. We give pieces of ourselves freely, then wonder why we feel empty. No one teaches us boundaries, until we are wounded without them. Sad reality lives in mischances, in words said too late. It hums softly in regret, a tune we never forget. Some people love the idea of you, not the depth of your reality. They stay until the surface breaks, then leave when things grow real. Sad reality is watching effort go unnoticed, while excuses are easily forgiven. Fairness becomes a story we tell children, not a rule adults follow. We pretend we are healed because explaining pain is exhausting. Smiles become shortcuts to avoid long conversations. Sad reality teaches endurance, not because we want to be strong, but because stopping is not an option. Life does not pause for broken hearts. We grieve versions of ourselves, the hopeful, the fearless, the soft. They fade quietly, making space for survival. Sad reality is knowing some people will never understand you. No matter how clearly you speak, their ears are closed by choice. Yet still, something within resists darkness. A small, stubborn light remains. It refuses to die, even when surrounded by sorrow. Sad reality does not end the story. It deepens it, carves meaning into pain and strength into scars. So we continue walking, not because it's easy, but because stopping hurts more. With tired hearts and open eyes, we carry sad reality forward, not as defeat, but as proof that we are still here. Sad reality breathes in everyday routines, in tea growing cold before it's finished. Life moves on while thoughts stand still, stuck in moments already gone. We learn that effort is not always equal, that some give oceans, others give drops. Yet expectations are weighed the same, and disappointment never asks permission. Sad reality is being strong for too long, until strength feels like a burden. No one sees the cracks forming, because strength hides them well. We smile in public and unravel in solitude. Walls hear confessions people never will. Sad reality teaches that not all wounds bleed. Some ache quietly forever. They settle into the bones, becoming part of how we move. People remember your mistakes longer than your sacrifices. Your worst moments define you, while your best are taken for granted. Sad reality is realizing that love alone is not enough. Timing, effort, and understanding often decide more than hearts. We wait for clarity, but life offers confusion instead. Answers arrive incomplete, forcing us to choose anyway. Sad reality watches us grow cautious, less trusting, more guarded. Not because we want to change, but because pain taught us how. Some friendships fade without conflict, just quiet distance. No goodbye, no closure, only absence slowly settling in. Sad reality is missing people who no longer miss you. It is knowing your value and still feeling unwanted. We hold on longer than we should, afraid of emptiness, not realizing that holding on sometimes causes deeper loss. Sad reality teaches acceptance, not the peaceful kind, but the tired understanding that some things won't change. Yet growth hides inside this heaviness, unnoticed, uncelebrated. Each tear waters resilience, each fall teaches balance. Sad reality does not erase hope, it reshapes it. Hope becomes quieter, wiser, less demanding, more patient. And so we move forward again, carrying lessons instead of illusions. Living honestly, loving carefully, standing in sad reality with open eyes and steady breath, learning not how to escape life, but how to endure it with dignity. Sad reality hides in ordinary questions, asked without space for real answers. How are you? Becomes a habit, not an invitation to truth. We learn that listening is rare, and understanding even rarer. Most people wait for their turn to speak, not to feel what you feel. Sad reality shows how loneliness evolves, from absence of people to absence of connection. Crowded rooms feel empty. We trust cautiously now, measuring words before releasing them. The heart no longer runs, it walks, alert and careful. Sad reality is being remembered only for what you provide. When you stop giving, the silence becomes immediate. We realize that respect is conditional, often tied to success or usefulness. Struggle makes you invisible, while achievement makes you loud. Sad reality teaches that healing requires distance, sometimes from people we love. Staying close can reopen wounds, even when intentions are pure. We miss simpler versions of ourselves, when hope was effortless. Before disappointment sharpened awareness, before caution replaced curiosity. Sad reality is forgiving someone who never apologized. Not because they deserved it, but because you needed peace. We grow tired of explaining ourselves, of defending our emotions. Eventually, silence feels safer than being misunderstood again. Sad reality lives in patience wearing thin, in faith questioned but not abandoned. We keep believing quietly, even when proof is delayed. Some days feel like survival only, no dreams, no direction. Just making it through becomes a victory. Sad reality is realizing that closure is self-made. Waiting for others to fix endings keeps wounds open. We learn to grieve privately, to celebrate softly. Life humbles us gently, then tests if we listened. Sad reality does not mean hopelessness. It means awareness. Seeing life clearly hurts, but blindness costs more. So we continue, not chasing perfection, but seeking honesty. Living slower, feeling deeper, carrying sad reality within us. Not as a curse, but as a reminder that we are human.